Hello my dear friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel on LELB Society. I'm Dr. Hariri, the creator, designer and administrator of LELB Society to practice English academically in interaction with hundreds of other members. So this session I'm going to teach you another unit of 1100 words you need to know to be more precise. Week 38, day 2. Before starting, as usual, let me show you the flashcards that have been used here. Fatal. Fatal means deadly, too dangerous, lethal. Procrastinate. Procrastinate means do something later or later on, to put off something till tomorrow, for example. And in English we do have a proverb that reads, do not, or let me write it down, never put off till tomorrow what you can do today. Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today. That's a proverb or maxim. Okay. Affluent means rich, wealthy. Cognizant means aware. On my Instagram page under the same title, LELB Society, you will have access to 1000 flashcards. All of them I have just made screenshots of these flashcards here, and you can see them on my Instagram page. In advance means before a particular time or before doing a particular thing. Beforehand, you could say beforehand. Procrastinate, I already showed it to you. Possible means doable. And au courant means up to date, updated, recent, new. Or according to the French pronunciation, au courant. Okay. Consternation, an intense feeling of being shocked, appalled, confused and embarrassed. Distraught means confused and shocked and worried and anxious. Lethal, deadly. Fatal, deadly. Wish for means to have a burning desire for something, to have a natural desire or propensity. Unsavory. Unsavory means unpleasant, disgusting. Complacent means too proud of yourself or pleased with yourself that you do not want to make any further attempt. Put off, as you can see here, it means not now, doing something not now. Postpone something to another time in future. To get up on the wrong side of the bed. Get up on the wrong side of the bed means to start your day when you get up early in the morning in a bad mood, and you're in a bad mood, and it's going to affect the rest of your day. Slovenly. Slovenly means disorderly, lazy and untidy, unkempt. Okay, now let me just focus on the main phrases here, and I can zoom in. Stagnant. Stagnant means motionless, dull and inactive, maybe dormant. The dormant. Okay, the noun form is stagnation. Fatal. The noun form is fatality. Deadly, disastrous. The noun form is disaster. Means catastrophe. and lethal. Passé. Passé means outmoded, old-fashioned. And procrastinate means delay and put off. Postpone. Noun form is procrastination. Do not confuse this word with prognosticate. Prognosticate means to foresee, forecast, predict. Okay. Facet. One side or view of person or situation. Dimension also you could say. If something is made of different or various facets, we say it is multifaceted. Okay. Now let's see how these words have been used in this passage. And I'm going to just elaborate on the details, so get ready. The economics of fashion. Okay. In dress, maybe I can zoom in. Yeah. In dress, the fashion appears to be set or settled or arranged by a few foreign designers and a handful of affluent. A handful means some people or few people, not so many, of affluent individuals. Individuals who purchase means buy these designs. Particularly young people are usually susceptible to fashion. Say susceptible or too sensitive. Okay. Okay, the fashion industry is cognizant or aware or conscious of the fact that fashions must change rapidly or often. So often and rapidly, both of them are adverbs, and they indicate the frequency of something. Or here means or else. Or here means or else. Or otherwise. So if fashion trends do not change rapidly or often, their economy would become stagnant. Okay, motionless. For this industry, it would prove fatal or deadly, too dangerous, if it were not vigilant. Why were? Because it is conditional sentence type 2, and it is an let's say an imaginary situation or unreal situation. And because of that, was changes to were. We're not vigilant. Vigilant means careful. Vigilant, careful, or cautious. Or you could say even prudent or circumspect. Okay. And prepared well in advance or beforehand for a new fashion trend, a general direction in something. As the old fashion, as could be substituted for while. The old fashion becomes passé and a new fashion seems to be in the market, in the process of production or manufacturing. The garment, clothes. A piece of clothes. Manufacturers or producers cannot afford to procrastinate, so it is not affordable. It's better for them not to, for example, procrastinate. Remember, after afford, You cannot use a gerund. It's always followed by to plus infinitive. Okay. They rush large sums of money into production for a mass market. Mass market, we say wholesale, as opposed to retail. Okay. So, having invested heavily, the manufacturers do everything possible to influence and motivate the purchasers. Here, pay attention to this structure. Maybe I can zoom out a little bit. Sorry for that. Okay. So, hold on. To motivate the purchasers. Okay, here it is. So, having invested heavily, here we have this structure. Let me just elaborate it or illustrate it here. Having plus past participle plus actually anything, comma, the subject plus generally up to 95% of the cases simple past tense of the verb. Okay, plus the rest of the sentence. Pay attention to this structure. Having plus past participle of the verb plus actually this is the let's say dependent clause or a clause that is not complete by itself plus the subject. Pay attention that this subject actually is also the subject of this clause. So plus usually simple past tense plus the rest of the sentence. And here it wants to focus that actually this sentence before the comma actually has happened before the second part of the sentence. And remember that actually you should not put this part, I mean having plus past participle after this one. It's wrong. Always actually this structure starts with having plus past participle. And it means that, for example, this thing has happened first and also it has an influence on the second part. So I can actually restate it in this way, that having after investing heavily on something, for example, the manufacturers do everything possible to influence and motivate the purchasers or shoppers or buyers and consumers. Through every facet of publicity or advertising, any dimension of that, with the help of that, the industry exploits, means use something to their own advantage. Exploit. The noun form is exploitation. The natural desire or propensity for people. Propensity. We do have that in this unit. Propensity. Natural desire. For people to be au courant or up to date with the latest fashions or fashion trends. So they just want to be up to date or fashionable or stylish, and therefore actually they are ready to spend as much money as it requires them to do. That's why actually usually if it becomes radical young, people will become victimized. I'm not in the position to make any judgment here. Fashion could be good to a normal degree. Okay, so sample sentences. Number 1, to the consternation of the distraught parents, they learned their son was accused of using the lethal weapon on that fatal occasion. To their chagrin, even you can say to their chagrin, or consternation, or to their embarrassment. Yeah. Distraught means confused and anxious. Parents, they learned, they noticed, they understood that their son was accused of, guilty of, using the lethal or deadly weapon on that fatal or dangerous occasion. We wish for means have a propensity for halcyon days, good old days, halcyon, good old days, when the warlike solutions will have become passé or old-fashioned. The structure actually is future perfect tense, which is used to refer to a point in time in future before another time in future. And generally, actually, this is rather complicated. Let me just elaborate and clarify that to you. Here, actually, the person is talking about the current moment, which is peaceful, but the person is predicting that maybe in future there are going to be so many warlike activities. Therefore, by the end of those warlike solutions or activities, actually he or they will have become really nostalgic about the current moment. This is rather complicated, but anyway, I just wanted to elaborate on that to you. Number 3. Edna recalled or remembered with nostalgia or homesickness, or actually being so emotional about old events in the past, many facets of her school days, good old days, halcyon days. Okay, halcyon. Number 4, we all tend to procrastinate when faced with an unsavory task. We all tend to postpone. When we are dealing with an unsavory or unpleasant task. Unpleasant. And the iconoclast or nonconformist or maverick. The iconoclast has the propensity, natural desire, predisposition for reproaching, means rebuke, or reprimand, criticizing those who feel complacent, too self-centered and self-pleased, with leading a stagnant existence. Because actually an iconoclast is a maverick, and therefore usually he or she is against some ideas, and they want to be dynamic rather than static. Okay, today's idiom: to get up on the wrong side of the bed. As I said, it means to start a day in a bad mood, to be in a bad mood, particularly early in the morning. When his mother raised Cain, this is an example. It means to create troubles and to make a mess of something, or make a fuss about his slovenly room. It means disorderly. Here it means untidy and disorderly room. He accused her, that is mother, of getting up on the wrong side of the bed. So his mother raised Cain, as I said, it means create trouble about the bad conditions of the room. He accused his mother, of getting up on the wrong side of the bed. Okay, as you can see here, LELB Society is reachable at lelb.net. The domain is so simple, and if you just visit my website, you can see that actually at the bottom of the website, right above the footer in black, you see a banner about a free English class for all. So if you're interested to improve your performance on IELTS or TOEFL exam, so you can attend this group class which is free for all. And if you just click on that, you will have all the necessary access, and you can contact me here, particularly on Skype, because the class is held in the form of a voice conference on Skype, but we focus on the materials on the website. So if you're interested, I guarantee that you will find the class satisfactory. And also I really hope you enjoyed this vocabulary unit. So if you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because there are so many other videos to come that I'm going to create and publish. So just hit the subscription button and you will be there. Thank you very much for your attention, and have a great time. Bye bye.